I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
Welcome to the Button Maps, everybody. I stumble over my words in the intro. Who do we have today?
I'm Alex.
We have Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And who is this guy over
And
here?
I'm Spencer.
Okay. Well, welcome to the only show that asks the hard-hitting questions like, is it worth it?
That one's. I
Spencer,
think
is it worth
that
it?
one's on the Button Mapper Classics.
Yeah, I would say it's worth it for sure.
What, NASCAR for the N64?
Vroom vroom.
Welcome to the Game Swap Intellectual Discourse, where we gave each other different games, and now we're going to talk about that. We had this in development for a while now. I don't know when we came up with this idea, but when did we send those games to each other, Teddy? It was like
Mid-March, maybe?
yeah, it was like it's been a minute, and then Spencer joined the team. So so me and Teddy collectively sent Spencer a gift,
Yeah, thank you so much.
and we're gonna talk about what we sent each other. So I guess who wants to go first?
You should, because you did the first video.
Okay. So Teddy actually sent me 2 games, and he told me I could pick. So he sent me a little envelope that came with Revenge of the Gator on Game Boy and Gradius on Game Boy, and I picked Revenge of the Gator. It's a pinball game on the Game Boy.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'm down
It's
with
got
that.
an L and R button.
Yeah, it's a I did a 5-episode series, like mini series on Turbo Zone, where I let this pinball game destroy my life, and it was great. The idea of like it was really hard to talk about that one. I kind of wish I would have picked Gradius, but I was already too like into what I was doing to stop, because it's very hard to talk about a Game Boy pinball game like at any capacity, because it's a very surface level game.
Like most Gators.
Yeah, like most Gators.
Tell me, what was the process like of having your ball swallowed?
Teddy, you commented that on like every episode after I said that. Like, I think I said that on like episode 2, and every comment after that was always like, your balls were swallowed or something like that.
So you dodged the question.
Honestly, like, I thought the game was fun, and it's something that I can see myself popping in and trying to get a high score on here and there. I thought it would be funny though if I did a series where I quarantine myself for 5 days and I have to play nothing but like this one pinball game, because like how long could you go before you're like, okay, I want to play something else?
Well, and you picked, did you not pick like the 5 stages of grief?
I did pick the 5 stages of grief. The grief comes from my decision to play that game over Gradius.
It sounds like you were trapped in the Turbo Zone.
Turbo.
So I was trying to be thematic, but honestly, like, if we end up doing this series again, I'm not doing that same video type. I don't think it turned out like I wanted it to.
What did you hope that it would turn out like?
And at the time, I didn't have a lot of time on my hands to do a lot of stuff with it, but like I was hoping to like sort of make it like a miniature documentary, to where like it was kind of similar to how you did your Spencer almost, but like set over the course of 5 days, and kind of show me like slowly deteriorate. But like I didn't have that much time to film it, so I had to like do it all in one day basically. So yeah, I don't know if I'm super happy with the execution.
I have to say, when I was scrolling through our videos on the Button Mappers, and it has the playlist of like recently watched or liked videos, and I saw like the clock tower sounds from Majora's Mask, like, X number of hours remaining. I got really excited because I didn't know what your format was going to be, and I was like, oh shit, he went with the X number of days remaining. And honestly, I was thinking about tying that into my video as well. I wasn't disappointed with, how you went about it, but I was maybe just curious about like the production value. I feel like maybe if you put more into like almost like the documentary style, as you said, it might have been more like enticing or believable. I thought it was charming.
Yeah, that's something I realized while editing too. I was like, damn, I should have done a lot more with this. But like, I also didn't want it to lean too heavily into a review, because that wasn't the point,
Yeah.
like the point isn't to be a review of the game, because that's not what we do, and also that would kind of leave people like, oh, then why do I have to watch the GameSwap video if he's already talked about the game, like reviewed the full game on the show. But no, I get it. Yeah, I totally agree with you there. I wish I had done a little more with it.
I think there's something to that concept though, because it does, especially with how quick they were. It was like every morning I was excited to see the next one.
Yeah, that's right too.
Well,
I was like, what is he gonna do today? I was really looking forward to that 5th day.
Oh yeah, that was the thing too. Is that like I didn't want to make them too long either, because I was doing 5 of these things, and no one's gonna watch 5 15-minute episodes every day, It's
On Revenge of the Gator pinball.
Yeah, on Revenge of the Gator, it's gonna wear itself thin, But like I said, I'm not fully disappointed, but I would not do it the same way again. That's what I would say.
What was your high score?
I don't remember, Teddy. It's a pinball game on Game
Do you not have
I
it
had fun,
open
though.
right now?
My Game Boy. I was gonna do that, but then my Game Boy's dying. Like I have red light.
How would you felt if it was the first game you ever got?
I could see myself playing this a lot whenever I was younger, and this is that little scenario where it's all I had, like the one I said on the 4th day where I was depressed and I was like crying, it's like, what if this is all you had? I was like like I could see myself still having fun with it in that situation. The 4th day was the only day that I actually got a thumbs down, and I wonder if it was because of my acting.
I like that about it though. Like like I know you're kind of maybe a little hard on yourself about the video and like how it turned out, but I think there is something to be said about this kind of like, not necessarily scripted content, but this kind of like act to put on when you're making a YouTube video. And I think, a lot of people kind of miss that. They're very serious and stern and straightforward with, making content on YouTube. So it was refreshing.
Did you get what I was trying to do with the 4th day, Teddy? It should have felt very familiar to you.
Can you remind me what that day was? They started to blend after a while.
The 4th day was depression, where I was laying on the couch and I was like talking about the game and like how like it was just like how I was just done, and I was talking about like how like if I was 10 and I walked into the store and I was like looking at all the great games, like, oh, is that Metroid 2? Oh, dude, and then I was like, oh, but I loved Alligator, so I had to get the Alligator game. Do you get what I was doing with that?
I can't say I do.
I was trying to do, not really like reference, but I was trying to take inspiration from the old CGR Undertow videos. Ooh. Where Derek would lay on the where Derek would lay on the couch, and he would like be like in that state of like, why is this way,
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I don't think anybody caught it though.
I think it's cool because like as a video project, it's a nice building block to bigger and better projects.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm on a different subject. I am trying to like do different things with TurboZone right now, and I'm very excited to get creative with it again. So, thanks for the experience, Teddy. Thanks for sending me the Game Boy games. I have played Gradius. It's a little choppy, but it's fun.
I found it really playable. Some of those Gradius games are really hard, but Nemesis is very playable.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It was Nemesis. I kept calling it Gradius, so that's basically what it is.
It is.
Like Life
It's
Force.
Gradius. But
Yeah, just like Life Force is Gradius, and like I always like forget the other names. I'm just like, it's Gradius.
Did you get the Game Shark?
Oh, I did get the Game Shark. I forgot about that, Teddy. I'm sorry.
I was totally thinking that you might do a video on the Game Shark. I thought that would have been so cool.
I might. I still might.
I don't even know. I've never been able to like really play with it or make it work.
I haven't used the Game Shark on Game Boy. I got it, but I was so focused on getting the GameStop stuff done, I shelved it, and I was like, I'll play with this another time. And I'm glad you mentioned it because I kind of forgot you sent it my way. So,
I can only fit so much in like that tiny envelope, so it's like,
but I appreciate it.
I snuck I think it was Revenge of the Gator on the Game Shark just so I could fit the thing in there.
It was funny, but I mean, I really appreciate it. You know, you knew I was getting into Game Boy stuff, so it was super thoughtful, man.
Is that something you're getting into, Game Boy stuff?
Yeah, I've been like getting into Game Boy stuff for a minute now. Kind of playing and collecting some of the games.
Nice.
Not really. Yeah, I'm kind of taking my time with it though, but I haven't stopped playing Game Boy. So,
Respectable.
yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all I can talk about for Gator.
Well, I'll happily take the reins, or should I say, the rays. And it's funny that you mentioned the Game Boy because I played a little game called Ray Boy. Yeah. It was Rayman Legends on the Wii U. That was a gift from Alex. He purchased it for me, Amazon Prime, and I thought that was really cool. It was cool to just have it shipped to my doorstep. It's not something I've really dabbled in. Usually I'm just so used to like packing up the gifts and like writing these cards and stuff. But that was, a new approach that's very, very modern, some might say. And Rayman Legends is pretty modern as well. It's almost like the modern cartoony platformer, I would say. And my approach for the video, it was something I'd been toying with for a while but never fully executed. I wanted to do this kind of like documenting of my experience with the game, and not just Rayman Legends per se. I had wanted to do that with Breath of the Wild. I wanted to stream everything and get the footage and just record every day just how I was feeling, almost like a journaling experience. And it never really quite came to fruition with some of those previous games that I had tried doing it with. But I thought this was the perfect opportunity to do so, and Rayman Legends ended up being massive. There's so much to that game that it would have been craziness to do that for every single day from start to finish. But I played enough of it to get, the feels for it, and also to get my feelings out and my experience documenting it.
Yeah, I really appreciated the video, the style, and like I didn't know what you were doing with it, but I remember I actually caught you a couple times. Well, once I think on your streaming channel, playing it, and I was like, hey, he's doing Legends today, and then so I was like, it was cool to like see that like watch you play it there live, and then see that in the video. So I thought that was a really interesting approach.
I streamed 3 out of the 4 times I played it. The third time that I played it, I decided I wanted to experience it without streaming just to get a little bit more of my feelings out on it rather than just like tie everything that I was doing to the YouTube, which I think is kind of an easy misstep as a content creator. Or a video game content creator, rather.
So, obviously I sent you something. I don't know if Spencer's ever played this game before. So, have you ever played Rayman Legends?
I started playing it. It was on the PlayStation 4. PlayStation 2. PlayStation 4.
This is a game that I have owned. I own that game like 3 times. It's a game that is really, I guess, not really personal to me, but it's a game that I really have strong feelings for. So I wanted to send you something on the Wii U since I thought it'd be interesting to play a game on the Wii U, and I was trying to choose between that or Sonic Lost World. And I chose that because I thought that it was really like strong on the Wii U because of the tablet and the tablet controls and stuff. But it turns out you didn't really care for the tablet stuff. So I kind of misjudged that.
It was fun hearing him politely dance around it.
Yeah. I didn't expect it, because I really love that about the 3DS gyroscope. With Zelda Ocarina of Time and Star Fox 64 3D. Is that what it is? 3D? Yeah, whatever. But in this one, it was cumbersome. And I liked it at first. I liked the idea. I liked the concept. But I don't think if I played those levels in any of those versions, I would have enjoyed it that much more thoroughly. And the thing is, I was playing Ukulele in the Impossible Lair some more today. And that game just all around every level, I don't question what it's doing conceptually for the level. I think it's really ingenious, especially the idea of like phase changes. I trust their decision making. But there were segments where it was like, even just for the collection aspects in Rayman Legends, where I fell off and I found it just cumbersome to just keep going and collecting. I wonder what the game would have been like if you just took all that collecting out. If you just took like those blue dudes out and you just made it the levels. Would it be as much fun? I don't know. Would you, like, is the exploration, and we could go back to the age-old question, worth it? I don't know.
Teddy, the blue guys are called teensies. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I call it the Murphy effect.
Does this game have rabbits in it?
No. They had originally, when they first showed it off on Wii U, because it was a Wii exclusive at first, and then they made it like multi-platform once they saw that the Wii U was a sinking ship. But they had originally planned to have kind of like amiibo support before like little Ubisoft toys, so like you could put a rabbit or put Ezio or whoever in the game, and then they that never came to fruition. So there are no rabbits in that game. It's all Rayman. So is Origins, and that's something I really appreciated. Whenever the rabbits seemed to like really take over that franchise, they kind of like took Rayman back to his quote unquote roots.
I think the one thing I appreciated post-play was that it made me more interested in replaying Rayman Origins. I was never that interested to begin with, but I really did see some evidence of good platforming stages here. And I think Rayman Origins might be the most consistent way to go.
Do you consider Rayman, because a lot of people consider it one of the best platformers, do you put it in like a top 5 platformer?
Personally, no. I could name several offhand that I prefer.
Which Rayman are you talking about, Spencer?
Just in general,
Right,
like I just really mean this like from a series perspective. Like if you just can put Mario as a platformer, Sonic as a half a platformer or something.
No way. Mario, Donkey, Kirby, Sonic, Yuka, like that impossible layer just won me over.
I could see Rayman 2, and I mean I liked Origins and Legends quite a bit, and personally. So I don't. It's funny because like I don't know what the where the disconnect is, because like I thought for sure this would be up your alley. You know what I mean?
And I'm not saying I didn't appreciate it, because I really did. And Legends is a game I've been interested in and intrigued by for quite a while, since we watched Classic Game Room back in the days. I think it was maybe Derek or maybe TJ that was talking up Legends. And so I've always kind of I've known it as a better Origins. And I was surprised, first off, just by the massive content. I honestly think that was almost a distraction. Like, you get more characters, but there's no difference to the way they play.
Yeah, they're just skins, basically.
It's just a shit ton of skins for the same characters. So I was a little dissuaded by that. It almost just seemed like, I don't want to say style over substance, because the substance was there, but it was a heavy emphasis on style and content. And to me, I think I would be better with a simpler Rayman game for now, and then come back to it and maybe, try it that way.
You at least gotta admit that those music stages are pretty fucking clever.
Hell yeah, the first world, I didn't show that one, but it was like a heavy metal theme.
Yeah, it was it was Black Betty. They did Black Betty.
Well, I do have to hand it to the music. I think it was it set a good tone for the game. Even when you're just kind of walking through the portrait area, is whistling I don't even remember what it is exactly, but
Well, Alex, is Rayman Legends the game? If you want the pinnacle of Rayman, or is it like you're saying is Rayman 2?
Ooh, I would still probably go with. It depends, because they're very different games. Rayman 2 is the 3D platformer. Rayman, Origins and Legends are 2D platformers. It's tough. I would say, for me personally, either Rayman Legends or Origins. They're both kind of tied together. I send them Legends because you can unlock levels from Origins, so it kind of feels like you're getting 2 games in one. So for me personally, I remember whenever Origins first came out, I bought it on the Wii when it came out, and I fell in love with that game. And then I bought Legends as soon as I got a Wii U and that game came out. So for me personally, yes. I know for a lot of people they would pick Rayman 2.
If the Switch didn't exist, I would probably be more interested in this game. If I had the Wii U when it was relevant. But this one suffers some console-itis.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Because the number of times I've played it since doing that video is not because of the game. It's because of the console. Now, my Wii U's not even hooked up right now, you know? So I do appreciate you helping me build the library. I'm still not there yet where I'm won over by the console. Or should I say, console.
I don't think you can get one over by the Wii U. It just doesn't really give you a chance.
Yeah, there's some strong titles, but yeah, it's hard to go back to that thing.
And it's really hard because all the strong titles are first party. I don't know if there's any non-first party titles on there. So it's like it's kind of cheating to say like, but Mario's real good on it. It's like, well,
yeah, Mario's usually real good. Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, yeah. The only reason why I've kept it around is because like there's a few games that they haven't ported to Switch, and then I have like the Bayonetta 1 and 2 on there.
Okay, there's Bayonetta and there's Tokyo Mirage Sessions,
which Nintendo published Bayonetta, but it's not a Nintendo game, you know.
But all that's been ported, right? Or
it has been ported, but I haven't bought it. You know, that's like that. And other than that, like I mean, there's like a few random games that I have, but. Yeah, that Wii U library, unless you're going for the straight Nintendo stuff, like, it's not worth it anymore. And even then, like, they keep bringing all those games to Switch.
The Wii U controller, I feel like you have to really build your game around it. Otherwise, yeah, it literally will be better on the Switch in every capacity.
Mario Maker is the one example of I would have played on the Wii U tablet than the Switch.
Makes sense.
Do you know Rayman Legends, was it initially developed for the Wii U without any other consoles in mind?
Yeah, it was to be exclusive for the Wii U. Then like a few months prior to its release, they announced multi-platform because I think they quickly realized that shit was going downhill.
Okay.
You know, they were like, no.
I think the PS4 one doesn't it have like a touch thing on the PS4 pad?
Yeah, you can use a touchpad for certain things, but in terms of like the levels where you actually use the touchscreen, it's all buttons.
Oh, okay.
And stuff. And then the gyro's gone too. You have to use the shoulder buttons for those. But like the other thing you use the touchscreen for is whenever you're doing like the raffle tickets, you like scratch them off on the pad.
To be fair to the game, I noticed on the back of the box it had the other controller logos, so I wasn't sure if you could change the controller settings mid-game, but I still wasn't that intrigued, and I don't have a Wii U Pro controller, and I'm not about to bust open the Wiimote.
That might have been because it's co-op, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so that might have been why. But if you could, okay, well, are you happy with your video?
Yes.
Okay.
I am content with it. It was my first time doing something of that genre. There were probably little touch-ups I could have done to make it more clear that like this was filmed on March 30th and this was on, April 2nd. But all in all, I think I got my point across, and it was an interesting, not like retrospective, but just like, collection of memories and experiences with it. I love doing the little skits in there. They were corny, but they were like my style. So, Alex, I gotta hand it to you. It was a thoughtful gift, and especially for that Wii U, like that Wii U just sits on my shelf, so you give it purpose. So that was it was heartfelt. So thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, man. Hopefully next time we do a game swap, I won't send you something on the Wii.
Just not the PS2.
So as I kind of alluded towards the beginning of this, whenever me and Teddy developed this idea, it was before we had brought Spencer on. So whenever we brought Spencer on, Teddy actually had the brilliant idea of sending Spencer a gift. So Teddy actually went through the process of buying it online, and I reimbursed Teddy for like half the price, so we went in together. And Spencer, what did you get?
I got a Nintendo 64. And it was awesome. And then I got NASCAR 1999 and 2000.
Damn, you almost have the full collection.
Yeah.
NASCAR.
No, it was amazing. I used to have a Nintendo 64. I have no idea what happened to it. It might even be broken. I really have no idea what happened to it. But the Nintendo 64 was just a huge console in my past. It was like in the video. It really is the first console that me and my brother ever bought together. We had a Game Boy Pocket. I mean, there's some drama with my parents. My dad broke it on some kind of rampage, but the N64 we got, and we were a little more calmed down in our lives, and I spent hours upon hours playing Smash Bros, Zelda. We had friends come over. That's where I played Kirby. That old gem. What else did we play a lot of? I did play Quest 64, but oh, and I was obsessed with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Those good games, man.
Yeah, I was a monster at the first one. I was doing 138,000 point combos, which
I always played the second one, but the first one, like, I always remember turning it on just to hear the fucking Primus song it started up with. It was like, yeah, Jerry was a race car.
Oh the goddamn thing.
It was like my first instance of like hearing Primus, and I was like, "What is this sound?"
Those games always have good soundtrack. I learned a lot about like hip hop and stuff from like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
Oh, dude, those games are like, I could go back and play those games, and I always find music that I listen to now, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like my favorite band is Alkaline Trio. I didn't realize it was on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Armageddon. Super random. You never know it. And like just hearing that music growing up, I had no clue.
I think there's something sort of like, I wouldn't say magical, but something like that about the 64 that really, like, when you're playing a 64, it really like kind of transports you back to that time period because it's very minimal. Like, there's no distractions. It's not like there's not even like a system menu. You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's something pure about playing it, like in just an N64 console.
And I mean, like, technically, the PlayStation 1 had a menu.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the N64 didn't have anything. It's just
Like,
you have to have a game in there, and then it'll play
yeah,
that
like
game.
Those like chunky, like the chunky, big, cartridges. Sorry, I can't talk today.
Yeah.
Putting it in the console, like turning it on, and just like starts up, and that's what you got, man.
It's like
If you had no cartridge in there, then it would just stay on the logo screen.
It's like the last pure console experience.
Yeah, then we all, then like everything was like pushing the tech, like, oh, we can play CDs, oh, we can, do this, oh, we can do DVDs, like the N64 was like the last console that was just a console.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So, no, thank you so much. I can't wait to get a certain tool that will help me play more N64 games.
Your video was, in my opinion, your video was the most well realized of our videos.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, it took some doing. I was originally going to do Tex Andrews. It seemed like a pretty easy fit. I've been really struggling with that character though. I don't know why. I wanted to do more jokes, but it based because of what it really is. It felt somewhat disingenuous to just load it with jokes.
Yeah.
Because I am thankful that you guys gave it to me. So I just wanted to do a couple and put your voices in there. And I was telling Teddy, I really hope you guys aren't offended by what I do in this video.
No, none taken, man. I was flattered. I feel famous.
Yeah, it was funny, man. Like, I mean, I'm always down for a couple jabs, but like I was just like, I was not expecting that. So the minute you're like, so I called Alex, and I'm like, did he call me? I don't remember this at all.
And I was like, why did he call me? I was waiting. I was there.
And it breaks my heart because those parts turned out so poorly. They didn't go right at all.
It was still hilarious though.
I couldn't figure out how to record it right, so I recorded it on my computer, me talking into it, because I couldn't do it on my phone because I needed my phone for the skit. And there's a million logistical reasons, but
yeah.
I couldn't use my phone, and so we were actually like filming it with my phone. So yeah, I couldn't use that, and then I had to put it on my computer, and then I had to grab an old phone of mine that I still had and pretend to be calling you on that, somehow on speaker like an old man would do it. And then when I was doing your guys' voices, I recorded it all in a straight line, and I couldn't keep up with it. Like at one point I had you guys doing like I did the voices, and then I put little spaces where I could talk, but I couldn't time it right, where it was like us having a conversation. So that's why you just see horrible chops in between each one. So I just couldn't get it right.
I think you're really good at that, like, mockumentary style, though. I know you did the whole Tex Andrew series, and then this one. Like, you're like the way you edit it's really well put together.
Thanks.
And the April Fool's one too.
The April Fool's one was surprisingly like accurate to those kind of videos.
That was the goal. And I
so good.
And I told you I had to wait till my voice healed because it hurt so bad to do that.
It was good though.
Sonic.
Yeah, so much AIDS. What he said.
Yeah. But no, it was super fun to make. I really enjoyed it. Took a minute. Sorry about that. But I had to.
Well, you had us on suspense, you know.
I had to grab. It just takes a lot of footage, and you got a busy guy, I guess. No, it was fun.
Can you do my voice for me?
Yeah, it's just a redneck. Well, hey, geeks and gamers. You know what it actually sounds like? Is Goofy from like the Disney character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm basically Goofy. No, I know.
And I couldn't get Teddy's right because I think my voice when I try to do a Teddy impression is too deep.
I think you got Teddy's right though. You got his mannerisms.
Yeah, the
right?
cadence is there, but the actual voice doesn't.
Can you
sound
do
like
my
that.
catchphrase?
Yeah.
Your catchphrase? Oh,
Yeah.
majority.
I know the moment you were like, "Thanks for the 64, man," or like whatever you said. He said the 64 is a console. You're like, "It sure is." I was like, "Oh my god."
When you started making pun jokes about Zelda, I was done. This you won. You won the video contest.
It's very funny. Very, very good.
Video home
glad you
awards.
liked it.
Overall, how do you guys feel this Game Swap project went?
Went really well for me. I got an N64 out of it.
Yeah. Okay, wrong. And NASCAR, your new hobby.
Yeah. Gotta go left.
Yeah, I think it was good for me because it got me into using the Wii U, and also it's always nice to get a push to like make a video.
Yeah, I really like my goal whenever we started this was like I need to think outside the box. And I think I did that. Wasn't as well realized as I would have liked, but I still really appreciate the gift, and I really, I appreciate the experience, And I think if we were to do this again, I don't know how we would change it, but I think there is definitely potential here.
Yeah, and this is a good opportunity for the viewers. If you guys are listening and you checked out the Game Swap videos as well as the discourse, maybe what are some of your ideas? Did you like what you saw?
Did you not?
Did you have a favorite? And
Who thumbs down to my 4th episode?
Which one of you was it?
Terry, was it you?
Terry, be honest.
Terry.
Terry, do you have something to say?
I gotta stand up for Terry. The comment on our Gaming Elders video was very well put together. I'll just say that.
I forgot what it was now. I know he said something about me being senile or something.
Oh no, something about the not finishing the game or something. The Pokemon.
Oh yeah, he was. I forgot what exactly he said. I know he had a long comment on that one, but yeah, he said something about like I forgot how this started, but something about like how I haven't finished those games or something. I don't know what he said. I don't remember.
Well, the nature of the comment was about like modernity, and just like what it was like back in the day, and just being nostalgic. So I think he'll feel kind of at home and at ends with the content next month.
Yeah, man, this was great. I hope we can do this again, guys.
Hells yeah. Next game going out tomorrow.
If I get a copy of Yokai Watch, I'm not playing it.
Spencer,
Why not? I'm down.
what's what? You guys are doing all the Pokemon titles. Spencer, what 64 games do you want to get first?
Definitely I want Zelda. Both of them. Mario 64. Maybe I want Smash, but I'd be by myself. And really the fun for me is playing with others.
You said all those were the wrong answer.
What was the right answer?
Spectrobes.
Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah, no, you're gonna join us for Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah, Banjo-Tooie. I do want that so we can play that as like
Mhm.
We're gonna do the map out.
a map out.
Map it up.
You know what's funny? I was
Spectrobes.
yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was humming to myself a rap called Map Out. I just started freestyling it in my car.
How'd it go?
Well, it just the raps were in between, and at the end of each verse you just go Map Out, and then you rap,
Map out.
and then you go Map Out. Yeah, that was the rap.
That was like grungy style.
Yeah, kind of like a Beastie Boys ish. That's about as hip hoppy as I get.
Map out. Map out.
Listen, all y'all, it's a map out.
Map Out. Yeah, it sounded like something groovy. But I thought it was funny. That maybe it may be something in the future.
Google Hangouts, more like Google Map Outs.
No, I can't wait till we do this again, so I can give back to the button boys.
Yeah, we didn't allow you to. And it was funny that you mentioned like I don't know what game it was that got us thinking about it, but you said something, it was either during one of our videos or after a call that was like, I wish I could play that or something. Not why I like NASCAR. You said like, oh, I wish I could play Mario 64 with you guys or something. And we were like, why? And you're like, oh, I don't have an N64. And it's like almost blasphemous. Like, what? Where's your N64, Spencer? That's not right.
Yeah. Dude, all my stuff's gone. I had a PS2, I had a GameCube, I had all that stuff is gone.
Teddy had a GameCube.
I got a new one coming in. Still waiting on these Corona shipping times.
Yeah, no, man. I'm so bummed because, like, I was going to get the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and my Walmart doesn't have it, and my GameStop isn't allowing people to pick it up for some reason. Even though they have it in stock, it won't let me do it. So I was going to order it online, and it was like, it'll be there in a couple weeks, and I was like, I'm not doing this. Fuck that, man.
I've been playing it.
Have you?
It's alright.
Yeah, I played the demo, and I'm excited to play the full game, but...
I played the original. For a little bit.
The original Spectrobes?
And with that...
the original Spectrobes?
That's how we end most shows, is we talk about the original Spectrobes.
Actually, you can't end an episode without landing
In a world
full of...
where Disney's making a Pokemon ripoff in space.
And if you need a clue, well, here's where it might land.
On a column.
On a column.
They call them Clue Land.
Clue Lin. Clue Lin. Clue Lin.
That's another rap we gotta do.
I was waiting for somebody to jump in. Clue Lin. Clue Lin.
You're like bullying Clue Land. What's going on here?
You're not giving it enough time
Clue
between Clue lands to jump in.
Okay. I'll space it out, ready?
Yeah.
Space it out.
Clue
Space it
Land.
out.
Anybody gonna jump
You
in?
didn't give me enough space. I don't know how much space I'm working with.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Clue Lin, and then you gotta start rapping.
Well, you have to do one pass, so I know how much time I have. Bars don't just go infinitely until you're done.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm not a rapper. I'm not like Kanye West.
And you get on
Just says-
SoundCloud.
It just says Clue Land a lot.
Clue Lin.
Where's my clue clue?
I thought he was gonna get in there with Clue Clue.
Where's my clue clue?
I was enjoying his beat.
Land.
Where's my clue clue? Where's my clue clue?
Dude, you're so off beat.
No, there's no. You can't work with this. Clue, clue, land, clue, clue, land, clue, 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 land, clue, 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 land, clue.
Hey everybody,
clue,
I play columns.
Clue, clue, land, clue, 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 clue,
Is that it?
clue, land, clue, clue, clue.
I'm trying to think of what rhymes with columns.
Where's my clue clue? I want to make an album called "Where's My Clue Clue."
Somewhere,
Hey, dog.
somewhere mapped out in the discourses.
Hey dog, where's my clue clue? Where my clue clue at?
Hey dog, where my Clue Clue at?
Hey dog, I'll let you hold my clue clue. Where that?
I gave
Yo,
you
dog,
my
you see my
Clue
Clue
Clue,
Clue?
and this is how you repay me.
It's like the intro to that Wu-Tang Clan song is like, yo, where's my money, man? I'll let you hold my money. Where my money at? It's like, where my clue clue at, dog?
Clue, land, clue, land. It's like Wu-Tang, clue.
Wu-Tang. I would say, clue land ain't nothing to fuck with. Good times, guys.
Yeah, the finest.
Well, I think we should end the show. I am Spencer.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And this has been...
A game swap.
Game Swap! Little guitars and shit.
Join us next time when we swap games.
Join us next time where I send Spencer a copy of Bionicles on the GameCube.
I'm surprised it isn't Spectrobes.
Spectrum was on DS.
I have a DS.
Oh shit! Don't give me ideas.
I should just quickly, slowly try to con you guys into doing game swaps where I don't have to give you anything back. It's like, boy, it'd really suck if I got Spectrobes this month.
Oh man, it would suck if I if I got a copy of Banjo too.
Yeah. That's what I'll do.
Man, it sure would suck if I got Clue Clue Land this month. I'm gonna buy you a lot of Clue Clue Land, like on eBay, and just send it to you.
Somebody
You'll
just
get,
bought
like-
8 Clue Clue Land.
Magnets
you-
on your fridge.
You just get like a box of like 25 copies of Clue Clue Land. Like, dang.
Are you saying you'd send me a column of Clue Clue Land?
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.